Welcome to Set Free 24/7. My name is Robert. I'm happy that you're here. Today we're doing a proverb a day to keep the police away, and we're on chapter 29. It's not a riddle a day to keep the police away. That could be, I don't know, maybe in another chapter. We'll have to find some good riddles in the Bible, and we'll come back with this quote and we'll see what happens. But today we are on Proverbs 29. We're going to see what God has to say. We're reading out of the Message version. It's just a little bit more conversational. It's a paraphrase of the Bible. So if you're just joining along, welcome. Some of these verses may sound a little different than what you're normally used to, but the Message version just kind of is a little bit more conversational and puts things in a little different light. So this section is titled, If People Can't See What God is Doing. So for people who hate discipline and only get more stubborn, there will come a day when life tumbles in and they break. But by then, it'll be too late to help them. When good people run things, everyone is glad. But when the ruler is bad, everyone groans. If you love wisdom, you'll delight your parents, but you'll destroy their trust if you run with prostitutes. A leader of good judgment gives stability. An exploiting leader leaves a trail of waste. A flattering neighbor is up to no good. He's probably planning to take advantage of you. Evil people fall into their own traps. Good people run the other way, glad to escape. The good-hearted understand what it's like to be poor. The hard-hearted haven't the faintest idea. A gang of cynics can upset a whole city. A group of sages can calm everyone down. A sage trying to work things out with a fool gets only scorn and sarcasm for his trouble. Murderers hate honest people. Moral folks encourage them. A fool lets it all hang out. A sage quietly mulls it over. When a leader listens to malicious gossip, all of the workers get infected with evil. The poor and their abusers have at least something in common. They can both see. Their sight is God's gift. Leadership gains authority and respect when the voiceless poor are treated fairly. Wise discipline imparts wisdom. Spoiled adolescents embarrass their parents. When degenerates take charge, crime runs wild, but the righteous will eventually observe their collapse. Discipline your children, you'll be glad that you did. They'll turn out delightful to live with. I try to be delightful. If people can't see what God is doing, they stumble all over themselves. But when they attend to what He reveals, they are most blessed. It takes more than talk to keep workers in line. Mere words go in one ear and out the other. Observe the people who always talk before they think. Even simpletons are better off than they are. If you let people treat you like a doormat, you'll be quite forgotten in the end. Angry people stir up a lot of discord. The intemperate stir up trouble. Pride lands you flat on your face. Humility prepares you for honors. Befriend an outlaw and become an enemy to yourself. When the victims cry out, you'll be included in their curses if you're a coward to their cause in court. The fear of human opinion disables. Trusting in God protects you from that. Everyone tries to get help from the leader, but only God will give us justice. Good people can't stand the sight of deliberate evil. The wicked can't stand the sight of well-chosen goodness. And friends, just like that, we are done with chapter 29. What did you get out of today? Was there a verse that stood out to you? Eugene Peterson had a quick pause here on verse number 14. It says, "It's easy to look down on those who have less than what we have, but the Bible never does. The Bible always looks at the poor with kindness, not condescension. The poor are always the focus of God's special love and always an opportunity for us to manifest his love. And so just to reiterate there, verse number 14 was leadership gains authority and respect when the voiceless poor are treated fairly. The other one that stood out to me was verse number 25. The fear of human opinion disables, trusting in God protects you from that. How many times do we allow things when we think somebody's thinking something of us, right? Or how many times do we think something in our head like, man, I can't do that because somebody's going to think something of me, or I don't know what they'll say, or they're going to laugh at me, or they're going to think I'm stupid. But if God is placing something on your heart, I'm going to say, trust him and just move forward with that. There's been a couple instances here recently where I've had that little back and forth argument with God, and after he placed something on my heart to go do, because I was like, at first, I'm like, I don't know what these people are going to think of me, but I still obeyed and I did it. The two examples here. One, I'm at church. I should be very comfortable at church, right? Well, I had a little argument with God one day. There was a family that went forward, dad, mom, couple kids, and I just felt it on my heart to go up behind him, put my hands on him, and just pray for him and his family. But internally, I'm having this debate with God like, oh, no, I'm not going to go up and do that. This guy doesn't know me. Why would I go do that? Well, why wouldn't I? That's exactly why wouldn't I? So I obeyed. I did that. It blessed me. It blessed him. And it's just one of those little steps. The other one, this one's a little funnier. I was at the VFW to watch my niece sing. She plays in a band. It was great. I was there with my sister and my wife. You know, I'm at the VFW and I'm dressed up in a black sequin coat. I just stand out a little bit. And I see this guy and he's got this shirt on. And the shirt was one of those, in memory of, and it had the dates there on the bottom. And I looked and I saw the date was March 6th. And I thought it said 2023, which would have been very, very recent. But I was like, man, there's no way. But God was telling me, you got to have a conversation with this guy. I'm there in a sequin coat and having a good time. This guy's part of a biker gang sitting a few tables over. I'm like, why am I going to have a conversation with this guy? Are you serious, Lord? Yeah, he was serious. So I had a little back and forth with God still on that one. And I told him, well, if I see the shirt again and it says 2023, then I'll say something. And sure enough, what did God do? He brought the guy. So he was like standing literally right in front of me so I could see that it was 2023. I had a great conversation with this guy. He just lost his daughter 2 weeks ago to a heroin overdose. He was extremely angry. And we had a great conversation just about that. And my heart as a father who has also experienced that loss went out to him. And so keep him in your prayers today. That was a tough one. But I know that my conversation with him was good for him. It was good for me. We got to chat for a little bit and the night was great. It really was. So if you feel that pull on you to be obedient, maybe just talk to somebody, say something to somebody, do something for somebody, follow that lead because God is putting that on your heart for some reason. And don't care. Don't care what everybody else is going to think or say or whatever. Be obedient and just do what you got to do. So, friends, that's all I have for today. I hope you're having a great day and a great week, wherever you are and whatever day that it may be. Give this episode a like, a share. If you have any prayer requests, drop them in the comments. I'd be happy and honored to pray for you. And I can always use some prayer too, believe that. So, I'll see you tomorrow for chapter number 30. Have a great rest of the day.